Bonsoir à toutes et à toutes. On est en Belgique, on est à Spa-Francorchamps ce soir pour le Grand Prix de Belgique. Super étonnant ce que je suis en train de dire, mais bon voilà. Petite intro en français ce soir, on a de la chance. On est en Wallonie, on n'est pas en Flandre, donc pas besoin de parler flamand, sinon là j'aurais vraiment tué cette langue. Mais non, on est en Wallonie, on est à Spa-Francorchamps, on parle français ici, on mange des frites. Et on va avoir un tour avec Prix. Mais avant, je vais vous présenter la personne qui va nous accompagner ce soir. C'est Bobo de Division 1, Johannes van der Ploeg. How are you, mate?
Je m'appelle Bobo. I'm doing, that's the only thing I know, man. But I'm doing good, man. But I see, like, I'm watching the track and it's raining.
Yeah. I saw a few spots of rain.
Interesting, yeah.
So Pole is going to be playing out right now, and Triz is the first one to cross the line, so he could be the one with the best state of the track as it stands. I love the fact you said I love Bobo and not je suis Bobo and not je m'appelle Frikandel. like Max. Je m'appelle Frikandel.
Yeah. That's really a Dutch thing people do.
Right, going on board with Triz, let's make the most out of this track as long as it's kind of dry. But I think you can see it in the way Triz is driving right now. It's looking a little bit slippery. I think he's finding it a little bit challenging to go through these corners. In the middle sector, you need quite a bit of downforce when when there's more rain. So maybe we've still got a dry race at the end of the day, and people are still going for the low downforce setups. How will Triz fare in this final sector, which is basically just a flat out straight, and it's a full wet race apparently. So
wow.
Yeah, my Ted Kravitz, which is a reserve driver, is saying that it's a full wet race. So we've got a 48.2 as a fastest lap. Yep. Night Shadow is the second one to cross the line and sets obviously the second time, but he's just over a second off from Triz, so that's going to be his best time for the session. What can Connor do in these conditions? He's on a 49.7. That's a pretty good lap considering Gav did a 49.2 and Dan is well off the pace, so this is how bad the track's being affected right now. Let's see what Winky can do. He's back in his Alpine. He's got no energy left for the rest of this lap. He sets a 151.2, is it 51.8, and Mutsnuts with a 51.9. We've got an Aston Martin crossing the line. Is it Hyde Eclipse? No, it isn't. There's a Red Bull. Smith has put it in the wall, and we've got the other Ferrari of Avinash. Where can he put it? He's only just starting his lap.
Yeah, we could have seen just the pole already, man. By Triz, like.
Yeah. But Avinash is in big trouble right now because he's only just starting his lap. It's already wet. Triz set his lap about 2.5 minutes ago. The track is at least 3 seconds slower.
And he's
losing
it. That's a big crash.
Well, he is in even more trouble as it stands. And everybody, please do not clip this. This is not. I repeat, this is not a curse. I was saying he was in trouble. I wasn't saying he was doing great. Whoa! Everybody's sliding around. These conditions are not suited for the slick tires at all. I mean, I'm British, you're Dutch, we know what the rain is like. This is not this is not slick weather.
I only know rain.
Yeah. So
Ross is also on a roost. Almost losing it, man. So difficult on the soft. Like, everyone on the soft now should go inside probably.
Yeah, actually, I'll just have a look at the tyres. We've got Scottish Ninja on intermediate tyres. Honestly, he's done the 155 as DRS has now been disabled. He could probably beat that. Whoa! This is Liège drift around.
It's a 5 to drive. Of Drive to Survive.
Yeah. Drive to Survive is dropping on Friday, and tonight it's Survive to Drive. Whoever can go through the track can watch Drive to Survive on Friday. That's the real reward we're getting tonight. BFD Ross making his way around the track, but he's going to be hating this because even though he can set a time, he's going to have to go back to the pits, and that's going to be another very, very, very long lap. So, you just can't pick your line in these conditions. As you said, you're trying to survive, and a big wobble there through Stavelot. And Blanchimont, even Blanchimont is going to be a struggle here. He's going to have to lift through Blanchimont. So Blanchimont is this left-hander here, and whoa. So how can he go through the chicane? He's going to have to be very, very cautious around it. And he goes to the pits. So he believes that it's not worth setting a time on the medium, on the soft tyres. He's going to go straight for the intermediate tyres. What can Scottish Ninja do? He's still on 155, so I don't know if he invalidated the previous lap or if he was just on his out lap. Probably on his out lap. So yeah, what can he do in the first sector? He's 5/10 up, so that's a big, big improvement. Will it be enough to challenge Dan? I'm not too sure. Maybe the track is still dry enough to get close to that time, but he's definitely got more of a chance than if he's not running, that's for sure. What else do we have? We've got Connor still on soft tyres, but he's just... Yep. Connor, just go to the pits, mate. And Mika, oh, come on, Mika. What's he done going out on soft tyres? Whoa, okay. He already struggles in normal conditions, and he's chosen to take the challenge this time. Take the challenge up. So what can Scottish Ninja do in the middle sector? He's lost a lot of time. He's nearly 9/10 up, down, so we won't see an improvement from him this lap, and maybe he's lost his opportunity of improving the time. But we've only got 9 drivers who've set a lap. We've got 8 minutes left.
Yeah, Wookie just invalidated his lap on the last corner.
Yeah, Wookie, he's one of those drivers who is really quick on one lap, and he's going to need to qualify very nicely here because his championship rival Avinash. But actually, I can't remember where Wookie is. He's probably P4 or something in the championship. But this is his chance to try and get a win, which nobody else has managed to do until now. This season, win in Tier 3 and don't have a first name Avinash, second name The Human. Scottish Ninja is going for another lap. Let's see what he can do in the first sector. I think Wookie's the only one on a lap as well, so he's 1 second down. I think, yeah, these wet conditions have got too wet, and as Wookie goes around sliding around Bruxelles. Airways has retired. Yeah, no problem with that. But yeah, it's another invalidation from Wookie, and he's running out of time. We've got several drivers on out laps. We've got Night Shadow on wet tyres. I'm surprised at that because the wets... What do you think? Can you really use the wets on this game?
Yeah, you see, also when you use the... there's Night Shadow is trying to
that's
go
what I'm saying,
on the wet tire, but yeah, the intermediate is most of the time in the race always quicker. The wet tire can be quicker in the beginning, like the first 5-6 laps. And they always see they struggle a lot. They make some positions up and then they lose it. And in the qualifying session, most of the time intermediate is quicker.
I
it needs to be raining like chaos.
Well, actually, I'll go on board with Winky. Yeah, it's not raining that hard. It's raining, but it's not full wet rain.
Indeed.
I think it's a bit strange that Night Shadow's going for the wet tyres, because that means that he's basically burning a set of hard tyres, wet tyres, which means he's got one fewer set of tyres for the race, and he's not going to be improving his time either. So I don't know. I would have kept those tyres just in case in the race we have, as you say, full wet and very, very, very heavy rain. Winky's invalidated. I think I missed that from earlier on. Quimo set a lap earlier on. We're on 52.2. It's sort of very close between 6 and 7 as it stands. But we're not going to be seeing improvements from them. It's the guys at the back that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Smith is on a lap. He's going through the middle sector on a 125.9, I think it was. We've got someone in the wall. Is that Wookie? No, it isn't. It's Triz. Is he in the wall or?
No, it's
I don't know.
Winky. Oh yeah, it's Triz. Probably.
Going to the chicane for Smith, it's very, very slippery conditions, so keeping the car stable around here is absolutely crucial. Now he's going through to the start-finish straight. Sets a 9th best lap, so 157.2. It's not going to get much better than that. I think he'll be happy with that. Who else do we have on the lap? Oh, nah, doesn't matter. Ross is slightly up on Smith's time. If Smith's was 25.9, it's very close. He's already run out of deployment for this lap. So let's see what he can do. 4 minutes left of this qualifying session.
Yeah, Wookie is trying to go on the wet tires as well.
Wet tyres, yeah.
Same as Scottish Ninja.
Yeah, well, Scottish Ninja is still in the pits, so it's a 57.5 for Ross, so he's only just beaten by Smith, manages to get to P9, P10. So again, I think he'll be happy with this, considering the time he's set his lap time. Dan Quimo. Yeah, unfortunately, the way this qualifying session's panned out is not really interesting. We got the fast times at the start. We actually got the fastest time as the first lap, as predicted. And the end of the session is just a procession of the cars and trying to figure out who can set a lap. Mika has started his lap. He'll have to not and validate to try and get up to P12. Yeah, I can't see him.
I think there's one car crashed. It's looking like a Haas driver.
Scottish Ninja?
Yeah, he is. Let me see if he's losing a front wing. Oh, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it looks like everything's on the car. The engine cover, maybe? That being a Haas?
Yeah, indeed. Maybe slowing down extremely. Yeah, and Triss is doing a good job. He's like second in the championship, I see. And
is he? Okay.
Our Evanish,
yeah, he's running away with it.
60 points in front, and he won all the races. But now he's starting like P18, P19. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but in this tier, if there's anybody who can make their way up cleanly, safely, quickly, efficiently, it's him. He's shown it quite a few times, like in Abu Dhabi as well last season. He was way down the order because of a badly timed safety car. He still managed to make his way through, so don't write him off just yet, everybody. Avinash will be in contention for this race. And the track is really, really getting soaked. We can see the reflection of the sky now on the track. So that's how wet it's becoming. Yep. I'm glad this session is nearly finished because there isn't much to show you guys. I'm sorry, there really isn't much to show you. We've only got Mika and Wookie to set a lap. Sabi will not be setting a lap. He's in the pits, and with 1 minute 40 seconds left, he won't have the time to go around the track and start a lap. So it's all down to Mika now and Wookie on this lap. So let's find out what Wookie can do on board. In the end of this middle sector, we had a 128.9 or something. 25.9 from Smith earlier on. So he's already 2 seconds down on that. So at best, he's looking at 1:59.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll get P11 from this, but yeah, this was an opportunity for Wookie to try and close the gap to Avinash, the runaway gazelle at the top of the standings, but he's not seized the opportunity just yet. Maybe in the race. So what can you do? It's a 159.
You just need to make sure he's just P11, just behind the other drivers, just in front of the reserves, and he's fine.
Mika trying his best to stay on the track. He knows that this is his last chance. He's the last relevant runner in this qualifying session. Let's see if he can set a lap. I know he's struggling a lot. I think you can see it. He's struggling a lot as well. Slows down through Stavilo, doesn't quite get the right line. He took a bit of an early apex there.
Do you see like a good line already? To me, it's like all still rain and all over the track.
Oh yeah, I can't see a dry line. Yeah, it's very, very wet. Oh yeah, you just stayed on track there. Come on, mate. 2 minute point 4. Okay, it's the slowest time, but it is a time. So he gets up to P14, P13, excuse me. Hive is 1 second down. Wookie is just behind. Maybe Wookie can improve. Maybe that was his first lap, and it can only get better from there. Maybe Matsunuts is 4 seconds down as well. So basically, yeah, we're now only looking at Wookie, even though he's already half a second down. But this is where the whole time is. It's the middle sector. He's 133, so yeah, way down on his own time. Hive Eclipse. I'm going to keep an eye on Hive Eclipse because I suspect that he might be up on his time. It's 144 as it stands. He's got 15 seconds to cross the line. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. He does improve up to P9, so we did get an improvement in the final moments of the session. Dan is going through, but he's way down on his own time. We've got Williams in the pits, and that will be it for the session. Okay, so not the most exciting qualifying session we've had. So thank you, Spa. For giving us such a... Of course it's a beautiful track, but sometimes it's just a bit annoying. So, yep. Just waiting for the session to end. So maybe another 10 or 20 seconds till it ends. And yeah, not much to say about this session, to be honest, because the first times were the quickest ones. And because of that, we can't really say, oh, he looked quick during the session, he managed to improve. No, the conditions were changing and were just worsening, so there wasn't much all the drivers could do apart from just setting a time. So we'll just go through the grid and then we'll have a quick chat with Bobo, and find out what he thinks of this session. So Prix is on pole with Night Shadow and Connor. Good qualifying session for the McLarens. We've got Winky, Mutsnuts, Quimo, Dan, Scotch Ninja, Hive Eclipse, Smith, Ross, Wookie, Mika, and single track, Sabi, Nels, Airways, Arma, and the championship leader, runaway championship leader, Avinash, starting in last. It's hard to find any conclusions from this session, as I was saying, but did anybody really catch your eye, or is there any conclusions you can make from this session?
No, not really, but a good strategy to go really quick, go out of on track. And McLaren and Alpine both doing a good job. McLaren like on 2 and 3, and Alpine on 1 and 4. And they need to chase Avinash and Dan in the Ferrari, so they can do some good points today.
Yep, if they can manage to get this result, it's definitely going to be a good help in both the Constructors and the Drivers' Championships. I'll just try and find my phone very quickly and have a quick look at the championship standings. So I've just found my phone, lovely, jubbly, and yeah, so the championship standings, as you said earlier on, we've got Avinash way out in front. He's got like, you need 3 drivers to make up the amount of points he's got. That's how far away he is. Like 2 drivers are not enough to. You put Triz's points together, Smith's points together, and they're still what? That's going to be 79. They'd still be 23 points behind. So Avinash is. He might be able to afford to miss 3 or 4 races, maybe 5, and still win it. So he's looking at, getting a win tonight and having a very, very relaxed end to the session. Just very quickly, getting back to the race tonight, there isn't going to be much strategy as it stands. It's a wet start of the race, so we're going to have everybody on intermediate tyres. Maybe one brave driver will go for wets, I don't know, but everybody on intermediate, so nothing interesting to say from the strategy point of view. Triz in P2 and Smith very, very close behind. There's only 5 points away from Triz, and Night Shadow's level with Smith as well. So apart from Avinash, it's all very, very close in the how's it called? In the championship standings. We've got Quimo who's back. Quimo had 2 P3 finishes, both in Canada and Sao Paulo. So, yeah, despite that, he's still 5th in the championship, being a reserve driver and missing a few races. So he's back tonight. This could be his chance of trying to get closer to the top 3. And, same as Wookie, trying to challenge Avinash. We're talking about Wookie to challenge Avinash because he's one of the quicker drivers in the division, but he's down in P6 as it stands. He's only got 30 points. He's 72 points behind Avinash, so it's crucial for him tonight to start getting the points, because with 4 races into the season, there are 9 left. That basically means he needs 72, so that would be 8 points, an 8-point gain per race till the end of the season to catch Avinash. So it's wins from here till the end for him.
Yeah, Wookie, I don't know if he just crashed 2 times, but 2 times 0 points, that's not really something for him. So maybe he had some unlucky moments. I had him as a championship contender.
Oh yeah, your predictions, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a little bit far away.
Mm-hmm. Not the starts he was expecting,
No, and Evans was really quick last season, but I think he missed some races. And he was not always there, so.
Yeah, he missed 3 or 4, I think, last season, so that took him out of the championship. But at one point, he had about 30 points lead, I think.
Yeah.
I might be exaggerating it, but wait, give me.
Yeah, he was leading at least.
Excuse me. That was for the Drivers' Championship, and no surprise here, but in the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari is very far in front. Not as far as Avinash is, but still very far. They've got a 50-point advantage over Alpine. So, as you were saying earlier on, Alpine looking good for tonight in qualifying, definitely. Triz P1, Winky P4, so that would be very good points. P4 is 13 points, so that could be a potential 38 points for Alpine. And behind them it's Red Bull, McLaren, all very close together with Williams as well, and even down to Kick Sauber, 46 points. It's all very, very close between them. So take Ferrari and Avinash out of the equation, and we've got an interesting championship.
Indeed, man. I was just watching the pit wall, and I saw a lot of front wings just in front of the pit box.
Yeah, we might need them tonight.
We might need them. With the rain and no roofs, you need to lift maybe a little bit.
Yep.
It'll be tricky.
Yep, definitely. Everybody will be having a quick look at your messages in a moment. I apologise. I always get a bit carried away with things we have to talk about. To give you context about tonight's race. Okay, all the data is up, and so yeah, Martin was saying full wet race. Good evening, great comms. Thank you very much. Slippery race will start get wetter, then become oceanic. I don't even know how to pronounce that word in English. Oceanic, oceanic.
Oh, just on
Yeah,
YouTube chat?
like in the YouTube chat. I know how to pronounce these things in French, océanique, but in English it's always yeah. There are so many exceptions in English. It's a lovely language. It's RNLI safety cars night. Wookie probably Boba probably doesn't know what that is. It's basically lifeguards.
Oh,
Basically, yeah.
On the beach.
So on the beach in the sea. Save lives and everything. So I think Martin won't be wrong there. And the director of the RNLI tonight, I heard, is Bernd Maylander. So he'll be ready for that. He's got his jet ready to go and get the cars all up and running for safety car restarts. Safety boat restart, sorry. I'm taking a life jacket and a compass tonight. Yep. If it gets any wetter than this, yeah, you're definitely going to need a compass because you won't be able to see like 50 meters ahead of you. So good luck to all of the drivers tonight. As we said, we've got Prix on pole and Avinash at the very back of the track, having crashed at Radillon. And we are going to be going on board with Winky. I'll be going on board with Winky. I want to see what both McLarens can do on this race start with Prix. Actually, we're not going to be going on board. The race camera looks okay for this track at the start, so we'll make the most out of that and have an overall view of the whole track. Just before the race starts, please remember to leave a like and to subscribe sometime between now and the end of the race, okay? You've got plenty of time to do that. It's just a click, so please do it. Yep, we have got the red lights lighting up. We've got the 5 red lights all going out right now, and it's looking like an okay start for Gav. He's going to the inside. That's a very aggressive move. He might be going for the lead here. Yeah, he's struggling a bit with traction, but he's going to be under pressure from Connor. Let's go up front and see what Connor can do. So we're on board with Connor, and no, Gav has managed to keep the position. But whoa, runs extra wide here. And I don't think there's going to be any move into Lecombe. No moves, but there is contact. I don't know who had the contact. It went a bit quickly for me. But we've got the Red Bull going through, Smith making a few positions up. Very good start for him. Yeah, we've got Sabi at the very back. Avinash trying to make his way through. Let's go on board with him and try and see how he fights his way through the pack. He's got Mika in front of him. He manages to go around the outside. He goes to the inside and manages to make this position stick as Mika loses out another position to Airways. Looking like a good start for Avinash.
Yeah, he's already 4 positions up. He has a little gap in front of him. But a lot of cars get battling hard, like 4 drivers battling for P11.
We've got a bit of a fight here between the Williams of single track and Nels's RB, Racing Bulls or whatever. No, it was RB last season, it's this season Racing Bulls. So it's still RB on this game. As Nels goes through, but there is contact with Winky, who has not had the ideal start he was hoping for. He's down into P12 and only just ahead of Avinash, so already under pressure from the championship leader, who's made up 6 positions on this first lap.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going on board with Gav right now. He's going to the inside of Prix. Can he get the traction out of this first corner? Whoa! So So Connor only 1.2 seconds away. He's managed to gain some time through the guys ahead battling, but can he stay with them? Crucially as well, we've not spoken about this, but it's raining, and when it's raining, you don't get to open your rear wing, so there's no DRS as it stands in this race. Thank you for the race strategies. You could go to the end on inters or pit for inters. Yeah, so Connor, Triz, everybody is going to have to make moves the old school way around this old school track, and okay, with the aid of ERS, but no DRS to help you, no mechanical aid from that point of view. Ross joins Quimo in the 3-second time penalty club, as Connor's losing out a little bit of time, had a poor exit out of No Name, and yeah, is struggling as well through Pouon.
Yeah, that's very quick. Some time penalties, man, that will hurt him.
Yeah, in these conditions especially, because it's harder to stay on track, and I suspect that it's hard to see the track limits actually, like, because the track kind of mirrors the sky, it gets very white and you can't see the white lines as clearly, so it's already bad enough through Pouon. Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge for the tier 3 drivers tonight, as Harlequin goes up to P4.
Crash from the Alpine!
Is it Wink? Yeah, it's Winky.
It's Winky, yeah, he lost his, probably his...
So we've got a safety car on lap 2. Does anybody dare pit as it stands? I think it's going to be too early to pit.
Yeah, man.
The benefit you're going to be getting with fresh tyres, okay, you'll definitely be able to go to the end. Oh, definitely. I don't know, that's a big word, but you'll probably go to the end. But the benefit you're going to get after 2 laps isn't that big. So unless you're at the very back of the track, of the pack, just stay out and yeah, make sure you're in a good position at the race start. And it's great to have a safety car here, because it's the longest track on the calendar, and in wet conditions that means that, yeah, a safety car lap lasts about half. Going to be behind Bernd Maylander in this red Mercedes for a very, very long time. Yep, apologies everybody. It's not the most exciting setup for this race. It could definitely be better, I think, if it was in dry conditions, but yeah, safety cars aren't the ideal way to go racing. Especially since we've actually got no DNF. I'm a bit disappointed with that. I think a virtual safety car would have been way more than enough to get the damage clear, but yeah, the safety car sometimes it brings a bit more spice to the racing, but yeah, I just would be pretty happy without it. Do we have anything else in the chat? No, we don't. We've got 4 likes and up to 5 likes. But yeah, we've got the RNLI making its first appearance tonight. The lifeboat going through the track in the middle sector, and we will be having another lap after this. Okay, let's forget about the race for the moment, because there truly isn't much to say at all, apart from a few drivers crashing, having a poor start, and Avinash making positions, which is not a surprise either. What do you think of this track, mate?
It's a really beautiful track to drive, I must say. I was a little bit surprised Monday with our own race in Tier 1. I expected way more battles, but in the front it was just like staying behind each other, just wait on the right moment, and hey, you need you see a lot, like in this game you need to qualify really good, like to have a good position.
Yeah, so let's just forget about this game, just talk about the track, because this is a problem we've got on every single track.
Yeah.
Not talking about Martin, every single track. It's the problem with this game is, yeah, we've got DRS trains, and unless you go for very, very desperate moves, you've just got to stick behind someone and wait for the right moment. So nothing
Yeah.
interesting. But in other games and in real life, what do you feel about this track other than it being beautiful?
I was there once. I think
Oh,
it was
right.
the season with when Max Verstappen. He won like he was in P17 or P17, and he
I think
just
it was 14
it was
maybe,
like
or P10.
15 laps or something. He was just P1 and already like in front of Bigger. But on this straight, I believe, yeah, they are now on this straight. I was on the right side,
Okay.
and it was just, yeah, beautiful, man. It's like the late moves, like into the corner.
Yeah, Le Con, yeah.
It's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch. Like then you see like the downforce and the everything that's beautiful of the racing, like in F1.
Yeah, I think you got your money's worth in terms of seeing your favorite driver make the
Yeah,
overtakes around
was
this track,
also like
definitely.
it was also like way cheaper than Sandford. Like
Really? Oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
there last
it's on the
season
yeah.
and it was a little bit boring. It was like Norris was just 20 seconds in front of Max, and nothing happened.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, you hope maybe for some rain, but to sit there on the grass in the rain is not for me either.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But do you think of the track?
Oh, it's every time I drive on this track, I'm like, yeah,
Hmm.
this is my favorite track. And then I go to
Yeah.
Suzuka, and I think, yeah, this is my favorite
Oh,
track.
yeah.
No, I just think that the undulations, the elevation changes, the
Hmm.
corners, the way it feeds into the next corner, and the high speeds, the technicality of it. I think it's just one of the best driving
Yeah,
tracks
and you
around.
showed it like on tier one. Of course, I expect you like on the top, but the second, just before Banner going in,
There is a bit of
that's
context
insane,
to
man.
add to that. There is a bit of
Okay,
context.
okay,
There
okay.
is a bit of context. I mean, Ben didn't go for another lap.
Yeah,
He only
exactly.
set a
He was.
medium time, which was absolutely disgusting. Okay,
Yeah, dude.
and Ugoni didn't go for a final lap, and I can't remember.
I
Quite a few
think I
drivers
crashed.
had issues.
I
So
crashed in
like,
the quali and in the race.
oh,
Oh,
oh yes, you. Yeah, it
it
wasn't
was
the
bad
ideal
for
race
you,
for
man,
you.
because you just pitted with Xavier. And
Yeah. Well,
that was
safety
really
cars,
unfortunate.
that's a whole other subject. Anyway, we're 3 minutes into, well, we're into the fourth minute of lap 4. So, high speed racing around this track. And Gav is making a Gav restart, and we're about to get going. Sometime today, maybe.
He's taking his time.
He usually does. I
Connor is
like
the
a slow
only
restart.
guy like who stayed in his position of all. Oh, Scottish Ninja.
Yeah,
Oh, that's unfortunate. Probably don't. And he's gone. Night Shadow.
yeah. I like a slow restart, but these are particularly slow. So he manages to get a good restart. He's 8 tenths ahead of Triz, but can Triz do anything to close that gap down to him? Harvikips is getting a good enough exit. He's got a good distance between him and Connor. He'll be able to follow him through Eau Rouge and then the Radion. And he's using his energy to get through. And could Connor be under pressure from Quimo as well? Quimo's going to the inside, but I don't think he's going for the move. No, he does not. But we do have Wookie going through on Smith. So I'm wondering if Smith's got a problem here, because he's really lost a lot of time into Wookie. Oh, it's Wookie who might be just very quick. It looked like he's caught up really quickly to Ross, as Ross is looking really slow through Bruxelles.
And Dennis, he got some team orders from Ferrari because Avinash just in front of them. Just,
Indeed, Avinash has already got to the middle of the pack. He's up into P10 ahead of his teammate Dan, and I don't know what the warning status is, but no penalties for him. Just penalties for Quimo, Ross, and Scottish Ninja. Well, Scottish Ninja was a 10-second penalty, but we've got a Red Bull. Was it a Red Bull?
Madness, yeah. He lost
I wasn't watching at the right place.
he lost a
so
part of
yeah,
his front wing.
Yeah, part of the front wing missing on the Red Bull.
A virtual safety car.
I don't know how bad the damage is. Oh yeah, the damage is
It's probably
particularly bad.
yellow, orange.
It's definitely orange, getting very very dark on the left hand side, and orange definitely on the right hand side. I was going to say, if the damage is light, just light, you're going to lose front downforce, and in these conditions, I think it's actually a good thing. You get more stability from the car, but that's too much stability. That's actually driving a boat. So he's going to have to pit.
Yeah, he is already a little bit problems with his braking, but he's going into the pit.
Just go back to Triz. Yeah, sorry.
Pitted as well. Yeah, some.
Yeah, a few. No, only Mazda.
Just going really slow.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the Delta is very aggressive in this game, and in slow corners, I mean, and even more so in the wet. So Triz trying to probably cool his tyres down, which is surprising after a virtual safety car. He's sticking with Gav. Sorry?
Did I miss something with Connor? He was.
Yeah, he didn't miss out on high eclipse.
Oh, there's a big crash! Oh, for P5!
Oh.
That's for sure safety car. Yeah.
Everybody clip this. It's Bobo. I didn't say anything about Connor. It's Bobo who talked about Connor.
Big crash.
Yeah, well, I missed it. I got the end of it. I got bits of it, but yeah.
Watch it just a little bit back. There was a big slide by Ross, and he came into a corner. He was just sliding, and pop, he was going left, and yeah, that was Connor.
No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
And then Wookie hit it Ross as well. Yeah, there was three guys: Ross, Connor, and Wookie. So that's I think they need to go to the pit if they lost something. Wookie, yeah, he has no wing. And Connor is already out.
Okay, so let's have a look at Walkie's front wing status. Yeah, not looking good.
That's
not
probably a red wing. It's probably red.
yeah.
Oh wow, man, that was a big slipper from Ross, man.
It's a shame I didn't catch that one. I was too focused on what Hive Eclipse was up to with Triz. But we're getting up to this safety car, and I'm hoping this will be the only lap under safety car conditions.
Yeah, probably one more. Most of the time too.
Because I'm getting hungry. I'd like to go and eat, and if we've got a whole race under safety car conditions, I'm going to be eating tomorrow. So, yeah, please, guys, drive safely. Don't slide, and if you slide, don't slide into another driver causing a safety car. No, honestly, I'm going with what you described. It's sounding really unlucky for those drivers.
Yeah, it was really unlucky. It was just a slip of Ross, and they just he collected the other cars.
When you call back to Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, but what is the rules with the reserves like in rainy conditions?
I can't remember. I'd still say they have to pit 3 times. I think they still have to pit 3 times. I don't think that changes anything. Yeah, I think they've just got to pit 3 times. It would be very funny to see them pit for mediums, softs, and hards. That would be very entertaining.
Yeah.
Like start on inters, and everybody tonight. It's a wet race with slick tires. Show us what you're made of. That would be one special race idea. I wouldn't vote for it, but yep. So again, apologies everybody. It's not necessarily the most entertaining race until now. Martin was talking about this being a full wet race. Maybe, just maybe. With this safety car being out on track for so long, maybe we're going to have the session lasting a bit longer, and we might see the sunshine. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe the game is realistic and the sun is going to set. And we'll get some night racing.
At least
Maybe.
an Xtreme later on. Just
Oh
some
yeah.
drive.
Oh, oh my
drive.
goodness. I don't want this in Xtreme, mate.
It will be too extreme.
Like my stream is going to be full of swear words if I'm racing something like this. I'd be complaining like I'm not wasting my time to drive around
like
in
the
the
rain,
wet in a safety car.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, the wet is the
I
rain's
like
fine.
the wet, but it's the race is just much and much longer, especially like on a track like this, man. I think it's the longest track, probably.
Yep. In terms of distance, yeah, and lap time as well, I think. Yeah, I think it's the longest lap time as well. It's 7 kilometers and 4 meters. I don't know what that is in miles, but we use the proper units, so we don't need to talk about miles.
No, dude. Probably one more lap and then we go.
Excuse me. Yeah, definitely at the end of this lap because everybody's caught up. So we will be getting the safety car message at the end of the second sector to tell us that we are going to be racing, hopefully. This is our second safety car. The limit is 4 or 5. I think it's 5. I'm hoping we don't get to that point. We've still got Avinash in P7, so he was promoted 2 positions through Connor and Ross, was it? Yeah, Ross losing out.
Well.
And Wookie as well, yeah, Wookie as well. So he's already got rid of one of his championship rivals, even though Wookie's only got 30% of his points as it stands, which doesn't really scream out championship rival, but in terms of driving ability, he definitely is. So it's just a matter of time before he finds the form he usually has around this tier.
Wookie he's on 1 lap intermediate tires.
Yeah.
I don't know like how bad the tire wear is with the intermediates, but the top 8, I believe. Let me see. The top 9 hasn't pitted yet. But yeah, of course there was a safety car in most of the laps. So
Exactly. Yeah.
they should be fine. They should be fine.
We must have had 3 laps of racing, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it can work for Wookie. If there's no safety car till the end, that means that he can go to the end and have the fresher tyres.
Yeah.
And that can help. I don't know how much that means in terms of lap time, but it can work out for him. It's definitely a risk that could be worth taking because Avinash hasn't picked, so it can still work out. Overtakes can be made in the wet. Triz is staying clear of Gav.
We see a slow.
It'll be interesting.
Slow
Yeah,
restart,
I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see if anybody gets time penalties because of slight contact. As Gav has gone and has got a really, really good traction on this restart, so he's got a 1 second gap. Good braking from Triz into the chicane, but he's running a bit wide and loses traction. And same for Gav as well. He goes offline a bit. So 1.5 seconds to gap, 1.4 now. Really good restart from Gav. He's under no pressure as it stands. But Triz is going to have to fight Hive Eclipse off, and Hive Eclipse has been driving really well recently as well. So I'd be worried if I were Triz.
Yeah, indeed. Good to see Hive doing good.
Yeah, he had a tough season last season, but he's been finding some form. He's closing the gap to Triz, who himself has closed the gap to Gav as well. So Gav can't relax as much as we were expecting. What about Avinash? I know we're talking a lot about Avinash, but come on, he's the championship leader and he's trying to do a last to first. Why wouldn't we talk about him? He runs really, really close to the RB of Nels. I think he really is showing how comfortable he's feeling in these conditions, having made 12 positions since the start of the race.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like how easily he can go overtake Nels, because Nels is doing a really good race so far
Yep.
as well. Gained 10 positions.
Whoa!
Oh, there's a big crash from Quinmo, man.
Oh,
What's happening?
no.
And there's another safety car, man.
Oh.
Holy moly. Oh, I will tell Chris to just delay.
Yeah. Chris,
Whoa, man.
please tell everybody that the race is going to be starting at 11:30 UK time.
Whoa, what a crash, man.
Yeah, it
I
looks
just saw like a
pretty
car
violent.
just going left to the right or just
Yeah.
the way around.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We were on board with Avinash there, and even from there we could see how violent it was. Yeah, getting that tank slapper and
indeed.
hitting the wall on the exit of Pouon. Yeah, very, very painful for him. Hopefully he didn't get too many G-forces through his steering wheel. Yep. Disappointing for Quimo. We were talking about him at the start of the race, being P5, I think, in the championship. 32 points, 2 P3 finishes. So every time he's been racing, it's been going well for him. But not this time. He will not be closing the gap to the guys in front. And once more, that's Avinash being promoted to position. He's up to P6, only 5 places away from the lead.
Yeah, Quinmo just crashed on the same position, but then on the other side of the wall, on the right side of the track. I crashed on the left side on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. but I was like on the right side of the track on the it's called curb, and then I was losing it suddenly, man. And I said no.
On the curb.
Yeah, on the curb, and then I was
That's
going
weird.
left just on the corner. Yeah,
On the exit curb or on the inside curb?
Yeah, on the exit. I'm
Wow.
trying to rethink if I was maybe on overtake or something, just to try to be close to Agoni and Ben, I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I'd love to see you on board from that, because that
was
sounds
a
scary.
big crash, man. Yeah, it was a big crash. But I'm okay. But my race was over.
The doctor said I was
P3.
fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The medics.
And the safety car came.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about qualifying. Yeah, sorry, through
No, in the
the campus
qualifying,
section.
I was like in losing it on Eau Rouge.
Yeah. That's why
yeah.
I thought the exit curb. I thought that should be
Yeah.
fine. But okay, yeah. That's a very slippery. That's a very slippery curb. Then, yeah, indeed. Just very quickly, we'll get to the chat because there have been a few messages. Lobby issues, lost connection, heard my car crash, but he's still in the race. Yeah. I haven't noticed anything on my side in terms of the lobby. I think it's fine.
No.
You did mention it. Oh no! It was something else. No, it was something. You were talking about the crowd earlier on, and I thought you were talking about the qualifying positions being jittering a bit. But no. Lap 10, everybody. We're about to finish lap 10. I don't know how long we've been in this race, but we've been streaming for 53 minutes. So, a long time this race has taken. I'm talking like Yoda now. We've got Dan in the pits. That's not a bad decision.
Who's in the pits?
Dan in the Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
He was P7, I think, or P8, I can't remember. Maybe P9. Call it P7. He'll have lost 7 positions at worst through this.
Yeah.
And this means that he can go through to the end. But I didn't notice this earlier on. Sabi's on wet tyres. Wookie, Dan, and single track. So single track, it doesn't really matter because he's a reserve driver. But we've got 2 tier drivers who've gone through the wet tyres. So it has been looking like it's the intensity of the rain has been increasing for the last 5 or 10 minutes. But I didn't think it was that wet. So it is a bit of a gamble considering the window for wet tyres is very, very narrow on this game. But if we are in that window, it's a very, very good move.
Yeah, indeed.
Um,
There's something like exciting on this race. Like, of course, there's some big crashes, but I feel like there is, yeah, coming something. Just in the end,
I think
there's something.
I think
don't
that something is called rain.
know. Yeah, that could be
I
as
think that's the
well.
word you're
Or
looking
maybe
for.
sun. Maybe sun. Uh,
Yeah, because currently that's basically it. It's the strategy. That's
yeah.
because everybody's gambling in different ways. We've got 8 drivers who haven't pit. One who pit on the first lap, Scotch Ninja, and then we have other drivers who have pit in at different times, different tyres, and it can all pan out very differently depending on the weather, and not to mention safety cars as well. But it should be going in at the end of this lap, so this means that Wookie, Dan, and Single Track will have to go to the end with 11 laps with weather tyres. So they really need the weather to start hammering down. Well, Single Track doesn't care, but definitely Wookie and Dan.
Night Shadow doing another safety car restart. So.
Yeah, everybody, we've had our money's worth here tonight of Gav restarts. We got a few in Austria as well last week. I was on track, so I felt the whole might of it. But yeah, let's go on board with Triz again. Can he, how would I say that, read into Gav's mind? Can he not get surprised as he did last time round? Because that was a mega restart last time round.
Yeah, almost a second. Maybe,
yeah.
It was a second already.
Yeah, I think it was 1.5 at one point, so going into the first corner, so it was a really good restart. Gav's still weaving a little bit.
Triss is waiting like
I
a
think,
tiger, just waiting for his meat.
exactly, yeah, I think he's prepared. But Gav's not going yet. He's not going yet. Will he be going in between the corners? Whoa!
I think. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, not the best restart. Yeah, definitely not the best restart. Triz has completely stuck with him, and he's got the slipstream. We've got Scotch Ninja having a really late braking maneuver. A bit slightly on the exit, but he still gets good traction. He's really close to Avinash, and Avinash could be in trouble here. Let's go on board with Scotch Ninja. Oh, we've got. Oh
and
no!
big crash again. That's the Red Bull Smith. No way.
Yeah, Nels had a tank slapper and.
Fine.
Yep.
But
so Scotch Ninja's through. Overtaken Nels and Avinash. Avinash makes a position because his compatriot Smith hit the wall after Rédillon. But yep, another driver who has suffered from someone else's slip. Anyways, Triz 1.3 seconds behind Gav. He's been having a mighty mill sector here, Gav. Going through Les Cornes, Bruxelles, and No Name. And now Pouron, can he pull away a bit more? Yeah, he is. He's up to 1.4 seconds now. So it wasn't the best restart, but he's definitely got it working. Maybe the tyres are in the right temperature range. We're going to be keeping an eye on these wet weather tyres because Wookie's made a few positions. He was P15, I think. So he's up to P8. This is looking good for him. We'll see how quickly he can catch up to. Well, he will catch up to Mika because Mika, no offense, and he will not be taken in any because we talk about it together. But he's not very quick, so we'll have to see how quickly he can catch up to Avinash. And if he does, I think the intermediate drivers are going to get a bit worried about it.
Yeah, Scottish Ninja already like 2 positions up after safety car restart. And he's feeling really good. Really aggressive now.
He's on it. He's definitely on it. Oh, maybe not that much on it.
Oh, and another crash from Alpino, Triz!
He's been going so well all race long, sticking with Gav. Well, not since the restart, but Yeah, now
It's tricky out here, man. Tricky.
Yeah. It's very tricky, and he's going to be probably getting a penalty because of the lack of downforce he's got. Yeah, he was sticking with Gav, but now his front wing is not sticking with him anymore. So he's going to have to go to the pits, and maybe he will be part of the drivers gambling on wet weather tyres. Hive Eclipse leading this group of 3 drivers with Scotch Ninja, Nels. Oh, sorry, 4 drivers.
Ooh, and there's a late dive from Scottish Ninja just on our Aston Martin, I believe.
Yeah. Whoa.
But, he's fine. He's on it, man.
Yeah,
Whoa.
he really is not letting anything spare. He's giving it everything. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going for a move through the chicane. No, he's really close though. Let's go on board with him.
Yeah, he's maybe too close, man.
Actually, no, I'll go through with Hive Eclipse. There are yellow flags in the middle sector in around Pouin.
Yeah, I think it was them or something.
Hive Eclipse is, yeah, he's having to lift off through Stavelo. And this is all suiting Gav. The Scotsman, the Flying Scot, is 3 seconds ahead of this group of cars. And Scotch Ninja is going to go around the outside.
Wow.
Yeah, he makes the move stick.
Late on the brakes. Yeah, I'm too late now.
Oh. Was there contact? I couldn't see clearly there.
Just tiny.
But again.
Oh, it's Scottish Ninja losing it again. Oh, he was so aggressive. I believed a little bit too aggressive, but I liked it. But yeah, losing it.
Okay, the FIA is going to have to explain something to me. A driver who loses a front wing is a safety car, and a driver who hits the wall on the start-finish straight with 10 drivers behind him is a yellow flag.
Yeah.
Something doesn't quite add up. So Hive Eclipse now is again leading this gaggle of cars. Whoa, excuse me.
All good.
Yeah, P2, 3 and 4 now. We've gone down from 4 cars to 3, trying to close the gap to Gav. So he has closed a little bit down because Gav had opened a 3.5, 3.6 second gap. And I know, you know what? It looks like Gav has got the downforce. As surprising as it sounds, it looks like Gav has got downforce on that car. That gap has increased because of Hive's poor line through Pouin. But this gap is consistently increasing in the middle sector and goes down on in the final and third sectors. So it looks like Gav has got a really good setup for these conditions. Oh, we've got Nels going through the inside. No, he isn't. He did get good traction. Let's stick with this group for another few corners because we could get an overtaking opportunity. Avanash is just behind. And
he got a lot of presence tonight already.
Yeah.
A lot of people late on the brakes, feeling where's the edge? Where's the limit? Many people found the limit.
maybe. Yep, they found the limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the track limits, but the actual circuit limits, known as walls. A very, very tough race for many drivers, and to be honest, quite a few have DNF, but through no fault of their own. So it's a painful situation as Nels goes through. And we're going to be following other drivers now because we've got Wookie, but he's losing a bit of time to the guys in front. So it looks like the hard tyres, the wet tyres, still are not working for these guys. Yep. We do have Dan going through on Mika, sticking to the inside. Mika leaving just enough space, going to the inside. Good defending there. Ooh, a bit too much there. Yeah, that was a bit too much there, Mika. But let's say he gave the position back.
Exactly, man.
let's
I
say
wanted to
he
say
gave.
some really beautiful like side by side action.
Yeah.
They give each other room, and they gave each other room, but yeah, just a small
Not through the
mistake from,
left-hander though. Yeah.
no, it was just a small
Um,
mistake, driver mistake.
Sabi.
So some big gaps.
Yeah, there are big gaps. That's a bit of a shame. We've got that battle for P3 right now because Nels has been able to pull away from those two guys, Hive and Avinash. Smith's at the back. He's closing in on the AI car of Sabi. I think it's AI.
Oh, and Hive is losing it in the last corner.
Oh, he's gone to the pits.
and
Has he got any damage?
Okay.
That's a very surprising one because with 7 laps away from the end.
Of course, there's a big gap, but Wookie is still there as well between them. He's going for the full wet.
That's surprising because Wookie is not exactly. No, he's starting to close the gap to Avinash. He's starting to close the gap. That's why I went on board earlier on. I can't remember who it was with, but I wanted to have a look at the way what the rain is looking like, and it's looking heavy, but.
Ooh, there's Mikawa almost losing it, man. It's so tricky, man.
Yeah.
Almost
Please
again.
don't give. Yeah. That's why.
I wouldn't say anything anymore, man. Oh,
yeah, please don't give me a heart attack, Mika. Nels 3.7 seconds away from Gav, so slightly closing in. I don't know if Gav made a mistake at some point, but we've also got Avinash ready to pounce whenever any of these guys at the front are making a mistake. So Avinash has already made 16 positions in 16 laps.
I'm just thinking, like,
Whoa.
will this be like Night Shadow his first win? Or maybe he's already really long in this league, I don't know.
No, he's
joined
definitely
like 2 seasons ago, I believe.
No, he's definitely won races in the past. he's been here for a long time. He rejoined 2 seasons ago, but he's been here for a long time. Yeah.
But,
I'm sure he's won races.
A nice win.
Oh yeah. He'll take it for sure.
But 3.4 Nils is coming back, man. It was like 4.5, I believe. So
yeah,
Nils is looking really quick today.
Nils is catching up, but Avinash is catching up as well. And Wookie's dropped 3 seconds on this lap, and Avinash sets the fastest lap. So, is it really time for wet tyres? I've got my doubts.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it is challenging. Whoa! It is challenging, I did say it, but not challenging enough for drivers to go to the wet tyres. That gap has gone back up, so I think there's been quite a bit of battling in the first corner. What can Avinash do? He is dropping back, so abdicating for that position on this lap. Lap 17. We've got 6 laps left in this race. Thankfully, we've got 6 laps left. I thought we were going to be having another safety car earlier on, and making this race even longer.
Yeah,
it isn't the case.
Is gaining a little bit again.
Yeah, he has.
And Avinash is closing in just on 5/10.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Like Nels is suddenly losing some time.
Yeah, again, I'm using the Wookiee as the barometer here to try and figure out if the wets are working, but that gap has stabilised around 12 seconds as well, so it wasn't changing earlier on, it's not changing now, it's actually dropping a bit, so you'd be tempted to go to wets because of how bad the track feels right now, but is it really worth it? I think
indeed.
But Gav doing a great job out in front. 4.6 seconds gap. So with 5 laps left at the end of this one, there's a good advantage, and he can slowly but surely drop off the pace. Make sure he goes to the end. And
Avinash is going. Yeah, why? Or maybe is the tire wear so bad? Like
well, if if the tyre wear is that bad, you'd go for Inters because you can see he's had Wookie behind him. He knows Wookie is not kept. Yeah, exactly. He can see the wets aren't working, so that means the Inters are clearly the best tyre. But
I'm just thinking now, do we see like some punctures? Like, nah, I can't believe it. But why are they going for Inters one more time?
Well, he might be thinking he might be able to make the time up. How far away from Wookie is he? He's 4 seconds back, so he's got 18 seconds to make up in 5 laps.
Yeah,
so that's 3.6 seconds a lap he's got to make.
But still, like he could battle for P2. Like, maybe he didn't feel.
3.6 seconds
enough.
Sounds like a lot. So at the end of this lap, he's basically got to be 14 seconds behind Nels to be on track. And okay, he's gaining a lot of time on Wookie, but we'll find out. We'll find out soon. He is now 17 seconds behind Nels, so he has gained about a second in what is a very, very non-tyre dependent sector. So a lot more time to gain.
For Winky.
Smith going for Winky. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh no, he's going very close. Winky's left a lot of space on the inside. Smith going around the outside, but didn't get enough traction in. Winky's lost a bit of the direction of the car, and Smith goes back to the inside of Bruxelles. Yeah, this is looking very, very tense. Man. Very tense in Wookie's cockpit here. But Smith makes the move count. And
Evanes is already past Wookie? 3.6 seconds?
So it looks like the Inters could work here from the end of the pit stop. So obviously he's had to make a move, so that cost him a bit of time. But he's 14.5 seconds. I was talking about 14, but that was rounding the number. It was actually 14.4. So he was exactly on track. And now he's got the tyres up to temperature nicely. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn and just watch Avinash. What else do we have? We've got a best
struggling, man. Like, he's losing a lot of time on Smith already.
Yeah, Winky's been struggling a lot recently. Well, he's not been driving as much, so when you don't race as much, especially on a game like this, which is very meta orientated, I'd say, it's very easy to lose your marks. Avinash closing in 12.8 seconds, so 3.6 seconds would be 12.8, 9.8. He needs to be 9.8 seconds behind Nels to be on track at the end of this one.
Wow. Yeah, maybe Evanes is just thinking the long championship, you know, like he knows like P3 is also fine, like I can go battle for P2, but just trying to get the points for the championship.
I meant 10.8, not 9.
In after a few rounds.
yeah, giving himself a challenge.
Yeah.
So I got it wrong. It's not 9.8, it's 10.8. So he's still on track here. He's got a chicane to go, so he can still catch up. But this is only the delta to catch up. It's not the delta to overtake. So is the 10.8 validated? 10.9. So slightly off, but he's still going for it, and he's got the pace as it stands. So all it's going to take is a mistake from Nels, because right now he's not going to be catching Gav unless there's a big mistake from Gav. But any small mistake Nels will be making in this end of the race, 3 laps left, will be helping Avinash to go for a move. And if there will be any move, it will be to the chicane, the very, very last braking zone for Avinash. So the gap is 10.6, and from now on the gap, exactly, these kind of mistakes. He lost a little bit the rear end there, so he might have to increase his brake bias a little bit to make sure he doesn't lose time. Again, his rear tyres are beginning to to give up on him. That gap has come down significantly. He's already taken a second out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. A second in 5 corners. Actually, 2 seconds now make it. So it's all looking really good for Avinash. Everything going to plan. He needs to be 7.2 seconds away at the end of this lap, running a little bit wide there, going onto the wet, onto the rain, the water, whatever you want to call it. So we were talking about 7.2 seconds at the end of this lap. He's about a second away from that target as he goes with a purple sector in the middle sector. So he's definitely got the pace tonight. As if there were any doubt. We've got a yellow flag. Is that Hive Eclipse? I think it was Hive Eclipse.
Yeah, or Dan one.
I thought Dan was fine. We do have a battle going on between Mika and Sabi. Mika has picked. Another faster slap by Avinash. So I don't know if the track is improving now. I think the rain is lighter. It's not looking as
it is lighter.
So I didn't catch the gap, but it's down to 6.7. So it looks like he's validated that checkpoint again. And at the end of this lap, it's going to have to be 3.6 seconds to be on track.
That will be insane, man. If he's closing to Nels.
Yeah. But
I still don't believe it, but.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in that short time frame, it's 18 seconds is huge. He's got a 13-second gap on Wookie, and he was 4 seconds behind him. He's already made 17 seconds in, 3 laps? It's mad.
Yeah, it is really mad.
So that's just to get back to Wookie, that's how bad the wet tyres have been tonight. You think that they're going to work, but it's still just not enough. The inters are really good on this game. So Avinash going offline slightly to try and cool those tyres down. 4.5 seconds the gap as it stands. He's going to need to close that down a little bit more, going through Campus and Stavlo. Can he get the traction down yet? Down to 4.3 seconds. Oh, he's gone offline, so that could be the end of it for Avinash. Yeah, had a bit of a moment there, so the gap is up to 5.6 seconds. So there's no... Unless there's a big mistake from Nels, he's not going to be catching 6 seconds in one lap.
It.
I was believing it, mate.
I was believing it too.
I was believing that he would catch him. Maybe not overtake him, but definitely catch him. And it's a shame. He's caught up another 0.6 of a second here. 0.8 of a second.
Yeah,
so had that mistake not happened, he'd have been really on track. But it looks like P1, 2 and 3 is sealed right now. P4 as well, having Wookie being 15 seconds behind and having call it 14-second advantage to Hive Eclipse.
Only these two the first two didn't pit the whole race. Night Shadow and Nels. So of course they are on old tires. Night Shadow is 2.6, but I think he's just playing it easy.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that. He doesn't need to push. 2.6 seconds is a huge advantage going into the final 2 sectors here in Spa. So yeah, you just don't want to make any mistakes. He knows he's got no penalties going his way. He doesn't want a penalty either. You know, he might be a warning away from a penalty.
That could be as well.
So yeah, 2.3 seconds. I'm surprised at how I don't know how to say that. At how few penalties we've had tonight. We've got Hive Eclipse. A few DNF drivers got penalties as well, but a little bit sideways there for Gav. It's a little bit too close for comfort. Avinash is 2. Man. Yeah, and
Avinash Shadow is going off a little bit, man.
Ooh,
he has a really bad action.
Avinash is regretting last lap. He's 1.7 seconds away from Nels.
It's not going to happen, right?
Let's go on board with Gav. He's got to make sure he goes safely around this final corner. Taking his time.
No way, man.
And Avinash, what a drive from the man. He doesn't win this race. It's his worst result of the season, and Gav gets his first win of the season. That will help him a heck of a lot in the championship. So we've got a podium with Night Shadow, Nels, and Avinash. Let's go on board with Wookie, going through the final corners here, the chicane, the old bus stop. Validates his P4, gets a good result, but fortunately for him, he's behind Avinash, so he's losing more ground in the championship, and he's going to be about, 72 point gap, I think. So he loses that on another 3 points. It's 75 points. It's 3 race wins. So High the Clips going through P5. Dan
only
will be
one really
Ferrari.
close battle for P8 between Winky and Mikawa.
Oh, it is indeed, yeah. I didn't see that, but Mika's caught up to Winky, so Winky's really struggling on those 19-lap-old intermediate tyres. Let's follow them. And he's struggling to get the power down, and it looks like Mika will be able to go through. Winky leaving just enough space. Careful, guys.
Good ending there, man.
Mika can carry. You can see Mika can carry more speed through Blanchiment, but Winky positioning himself very nicely to keep the position. So Smith crosses the line in P7, and Winky will be the next one ahead of Mika. Then we've got Single Track, who probably hasn't rejoined yet. Arma and Sabi is the final one to cross the line. Strange race.
Yeah, man.
Strange race.
Times.
Definitely. Yeah, one thing's for sure as well. No driver has run out of fuel for this race.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's hardly been any racing, so. So yeah, McLaren and Scotch Ninja getting their first win of the season. As you can see, Connor left the session. He suffered from an early DNF, getting hit by another driver. So really unfortunate race for him. But yeah, mixed results for the McLaren team. They'll still be happy for Gav's win tonight. So Gav takes the win ahead of Nels, Avinash, Wookie, High the Clips, Dan, Smith, Winky, Mika, Single Track, Airways, Arma, Sabi are our finishers, and then the non-finishers, Triz, Scotch Ninja, Quimo, Connor, BFD Ross, and Mutz Nuts. I'm in two minds to answer my own question, but I'm going to ask you first, what do you think about who could be our driver of the day tonight?
I think a lot of people will say maybe like Avinash, but I know he's quick. He got a lot of presents today, and he didn't attack Nels in the end, so and he made a mistake, so I'm going for an R Night Shadow.
Yeah.
Who had a really decent race. R Nels. Well, between those guys, man.
I've got to give it to Gav.
And you?
Because Gav really controlled that race. Okay, he lost a lot of time at the end, but we both know why he lost time. He was just making sure that he got to the end in P1 without penalties, and he controlled that race. Avinash probably could have fought all of that, but he had to make his way up. So Avinash had a great race. But I'll just give it to Gav once because it can't always be Avinash. And really good control in the race. So congrats, Gav, on your race win. Congrats to everybody who's finished the race tonight. Very tough conditions. Not clear why, so well done to everybody for finishing tonight, and unlucky for those who hadn't. That's it for Tier 3, everybody. That was Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. In about 25 minutes we've got 20 minutes? 20 minutes we've got 15 minutes, lovely. I'm going to be eating like
maybe
like
it's
a pig.
delayed, I don't know, could be.
Maybe, we'll see. Anyway, you've got Xtreme coming up later on. Hopefully it's going to be a bit drier than that, because otherwise I'm going to be crying like a baby. and yeah, we'll be seeing. You're not racing it, right? No, you are racing it.
I am, man. I am.
Yes, nice.
I'll try to follow you, man. On
Right,
quali,
so-
no, but on the race, I'll try.
Yeah. So tune in to see Bobo hit the wall in quali and make a good result still in the race. See you soon,
exactly.
everybody.